Have you ever heard the old wives' tale about the seventh son of a seventh son? In many cultures, this birth order is said to grant a child special powers, sometimes for good, sometimes for ill. But in the secluded villages of rural Romania, this saying takes on a much darker, more sinister meaning. Here, they don't just whisper about special powers. They whisper about a second soul. They call them the Strigoi, not the monstrous, bat-like creatures you see in movies, but something far more insidious, something that could be living right next door. The legend says that a child born with a cola-thin membrane covering their face at birth, or a child who is the seventh son of a seventh son, is born with two souls. One soul is human, tied to their physical body. The other, is something else entirely. By day, a Strigoi is indistinguishable from anyone else. He could be the friendly farmer who helps you mend your fence, the baker who sells you fresh bread, or the quiet neighbor who always offers a warm smile. He eats, he laughs, he works in the sun. He might even hang garlic by his door, playing along with the very superstitions that are meant to ward him off. He is, for all intents and purposes, a normal, contributing member of the community. This is the heart of the terror. The monster isn't a recluse hiding in a crumbling castle on a hill. The monster is your friend. But when night falls, a chilling transformation occurs. As the Strigoi sleeps, his human body falls into a state so deep it resembles a coma. His breathing becomes shallow, his skin cold. Then, from his slightly parted lips, his second soul emerges. It might appear as a faint, glowing orb, a wisp of smoke, or a small, almost invisible fly. Sometimes, it's just a creeping shadow, detaching itself from the sleeping form on the bed. This ethereal soul then drifts out of the house, silent and unseen. It slips through keyholes, under doorways, and through cracks in the walls of neighboring homes. It seeks out the sleeping, the vulnerable. It doesn't drain their blood in a violent frenzy. No, the Strigoi's method is far more subtle. It hovers over its victims' men, women, children, and slowly, gently, it sips their vitality, not their blood, but their life force, their energy, their will to live. The victims don't wake up with bite marks. They simply wake up feeling drained. They are inexplicably tired, plagued by a lingering weakness that no amount of rest can cure. Their crops might begin to fail. Their livestock might sicken and die. A cloud of misfortune seems to settle over their household. Over time, this constant, parasitic feeding can lead to severe illness, deep depression, and eventually, a slow, unexplained death. The victim withers away, while the Strigoi, their friendly neighbor, seems to grow more vibrant, looking unnervingly young for his age, sustained by the life force he has stolen. This is the true horror of the Strigoi. It's not about jump scares or monstrous apparitions. It's a horror of paranoia and suspicion. You start looking at your neighbors differently. Is the man who never seems to age just blessed with good genes? Or is he feeding on the life of others? Why is your child always so tired? Why has your luck turned so sour ever since that new family moved in? The fear isn't of a stranger in the dark, but of the familiar face you see every single day. Villagers developed rituals to protect themselves. They would place thorny branches of wild rose on their windowsills, believing the ethereal soul could not pass through. They'd meticulously arrange their furniture, hoping to confuse the spirit if it did manage to get inside. And, in the most extreme cases, if a person was suspected of being a Strigoi, the villagers would take matters into their own hands. The only way to truly stop a Strigoi, they believed, was to deal with the physical body while its second soul was away. They would have to break into the suspect's home at night, find the catatonic body, and perform a grim ritual. This often involves driving a stake of iron or ashwood through the heart, or sometimes even decapitation and stuffing the mouth with garlic. It was a brutal, desperate act, born from a terror that turned neighbors against one another. Imagine the psychological toll. You're lying in bed, feeling weaker each day, and you see your neighbor across the way, looking healthier than ever. The suspicion grows, eating away at you like a cancer. Is he the cause of your suffering? Or are you just succumbing to paranoia, accusing an innocent man because of ancient fears? There is no way to know for sure. The monster isn't under your bed. He's inviting you over for dinner. This legend of the living vampire taps into a primal fear, the betrayal by those we trust. It reminds us that the greatest dangers often wear the most familiar faces. It's a story that has haunted the Romanian countryside for centuries. A chilling testament to the idea that you never truly know the person living next door. The seventh son might be a blessing, or he might be the reason the entire village lives in a state of quiet, perpetual fear, wondering whose life force will be next on the menu. Thanks for watching. If you found this dive into folklore as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the shadows. Stay curious, and maybe keep a little extra garlic around, just in case.